What is up, everyone? This is my Dale Earnhardt Bass Pro Shops car, and it actually came out pretty good. It took me about, I think I started about 3 hours, but time really flew by. It probably felt like 30 minutes, but here it is. A lot of stuff was hard to do. I'm going to give you guys an in-depth look at what I did exactly. I had to make a lot of paintbrushes, which I never thought I would actually have to do, but I did though. So, honestly, it looks better than I thought. There's a few things that I couldn't do, or that I really didn't do yet, now that I think about it, but, the car's not perfect, not everything's aligned probably the best, but, it still definitely is something that I really put a lot of effort into, so let's go ahead and check it out. And, by the way, this is a very crappy, webcam, I know, this isn't even the camera, but let's go ahead and get into it. So, it's an Impala, of course it's sort of a newer generation car. Let's see here. I guess we'll start with the little lines here at the bottom, the red, yellow, and black bars there at the bottom. These were probably the hardest parts because they were just really irritating the whole time. It's really hard to align every single one same. I don't even know how to make them thin, so I did the red big thick one, then I overlapped it with the yellow thick one, then I overlapped the yellow thick one with the black thick one, so all you can see is a little tiny red line, a little tiny yellow line, and a big thick black line. Lol. Anyways, moving on to the back, this is probably the hardest one. This was the left side over here on the left side of the Monte Carlo sign, or I'm sorry, Chevrolet sign, was supposed to be a little longer because the way I did this is I didn't really take an exactly measured black bar. I sort of just made the square really big and just stamped it all around the car. And sometimes when you stamp a corner, especially this one, like some dots just appear randomly, so they were all over the bottom of this car, and I had to find the exact color of the body of the car and get circles and plant them over the black one. So if I took all the circles off that are about right over here, they're about right here, about right there. If I took them off, there would be like just black dots everywhere, and it was a really tough time. But still, it was definitely worth it. So going to the side here, I really improvised on a lot of this. First off, the 3. After I was done with all the lines, things really got easy, except for this part that says 50th anniversary on the back. There's a logo there with the Nascar sign. There's a big thing about it, but I couldn't do it. It would take so long for me to even like get part of that done, so I tried it too and it looked terrible. So I just decided to do this. I just wrote 50th anniversary, but putting the finish on that part right there, I don't know the cars' names. I do watch NASCAR, but I still don't know enough to know about the actual names. So just using like squares and just doing that to the car and everything like that, repositioning them, rotating them, all that kind of stuff that makes me want to talk fast. So I talk about it. I did it to the roof, and the hood was definitely the hardest part. I think I'm still missing a part on the hood. It's definitely not. I want to say it's done, but there's still some work to do. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm looking at it too. Yeah, a little thing right there. I gotta put a black score over that if that'll cover it. I don't want to get anything over the Bass Pro Shops logo, which they actually did a really good job in the inside line because they added the fish to the Bass Pro Shops logo. Because last year I didn't think they had. But the 3 was also really simple actually. No one knows how to do the 3. All you gotta do is just skew it a little bit forward. If you don't know how to skew, you press L1 then down to where it says skew, and then you press, and then you like hold down or up on your left analog stick to skew it up, facing forward or facing backward. So, sort of like this to make it sort of slanted. I don't know if like the correct term for what you guys understand, but I started with a big red 3. I stamped it and then scaled it a little smaller to a yellow one. Oh my god. A yellow one, and then I stamped that into a black 3. Just because I didn't want to do that a few times, I made it a brush. I'm going to show you guys the brushes I made after all this. Moving on here to the other side of the car, we have the Good Wrench Service Plus part. I made the Snap-on logo. It says Snap-on. That's pretty cool. Made the Burger King logo in the back. Food City, I had to make that a brush. Then over here, on this part of the car, right, like, it won't zoom in anymore, right there. There were other stickers like that, and they don't look anything like they are, because, yeah, there was, like, just something that kind of looks white, and on the actual, Bass Pro Shops car, it's kind of hard to explain. That's a Coca-Cola, logo right there, and on the actual Bass Pro Shops car, it's actually a circle-ish Coca-Cola logo, but this one in this game is square. You can make it really simply. You can make it into a circle one, but I found it to be fine because it's not going to be that noticeable. Because when you race with this thing, and if you're worried about other people seeing it online or whatever, they're not going to see exactly that close up. If anything, they're going to see the back, which is why I put extra detail into the back, even though there's a few things that I didn't do. I put the 3 out there on the tail light right there. So yeah, right there, the first one, that's an Ares logo. The second one, I think that's an X-Side Batteries one, and then the third one, it's like Comp or something like that, Comp Tires I think, and then the fourth one is the Bass Pro Shops one that's actually on the car. And right there on the Nascar thing, you can't get rid of that. Well, yeah, you can get rid of it if you get rid of all of this, but this is actually what I was going to try to do. I tried to recreate the Sprint logo, then find every individual logo and put them around, so just so that one wouldn't be there, because I would already remove all the logos, of course. And the 50th anniversary thing is actually right there, so I was going to go ahead and try that if I could make it, but I couldn't. So, yeah, moving on. I made the Food City logo myself. That was really easy. That was wicked easy. Obviously, you just make a, blue square, put F in there, Food City next to it. And I guess a lot of my brushes just came out of pure laziness, if you want to say that. I could have really made a brush of this bottom part right here, but I didn't want to. I just want to do it myself. So, this car was so hard to make. Up here, I don't know if there's actually that much yellow showing in the front of the car. There's probably not. I was looking at the car while I was making it, but I just got finished with it about 10 minutes ago, and I didn't look at it for the final, 15 minutes, because all I had to do was just do, good wrench service stuff. And I already knew where to put everything, so I didn't need to look at the car. And now I forget what's up there. So, I think I messed up on this part, and I wasn't really planning on, fixing all of it and, doing other stamps and stuff, so I just kind of made it identical to this one. Once again, no one's going to be looking at it that close up. I mean, it's not like the online racers are going to jump out of their cars and look at the front of it, so, yeah. Probably the hardest part of this was the finish on the hood, or getting these lines here on the bottom. The easiest part was probably the 3 or the actual Good Run Service Plus parts. Really simple and hard to make. And if you want to do it good, this will definitely take about 3 hours. But I still tried though, I tried my best. I really did, and it'd be pretty cool to see you guys' feedback. I made the GM sticker myself. Oh, that's not the GM. There it is. I didn't make it perfect. It's sort of to the rightish a little bit, if you can notice. But oh, the other thing at the bottom here is supposed to say goodwrench.com, but once again, it's something that I just kind of skipped. This still definitely isn't done yet, so still looking to finish it. And plus, the hood is supposed to have the same thing as the this 3 right here. But since I'm not good at outlining all this stuff, right there, I was gonna pick a little decal and make it really small and just outline all this stuff, which I probably could have done. But as you can tell, since the stamps, there's no outline there. So it doesn't really matter though. I mean, once again, how many times I'm gonna say it? So I'll do it at the top, because if you take this one, if you take this 3 and put it on the black finish, then you won't see that much of the 3. Just because the black 3 part is blocking some of the outlines, so all you'll be able to see is a little chunk of the 3. Probably the top and that middle part. And yeah, you know what I mean. You won't be able to see the whole thing, so I just made it yellow and red on the top. Still looks pretty good for an improvised car. I think it looks pretty good. I put everything where it's supposed to be. There we go. My PS3 ID is DmontyHD. D, it's capital D, and then lowercase e, then capital D. Wait, no, what? It's DmontyHD, just capital D and capital M, and then capital HD, of course. No spaces. So, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video, and leave your feedback. Goodbye.